The message flashed in blood-red letters. Warning. Banned on 83 planets. Do not watch this footage. Even I refused. Dr. Elias Marr didn't blink. He pressed play. The screen crackled. Static hissed like a breathing beast. For a moment, nothing then. A frame snapped into view. A jungle dark twisted, alive. Trees moved like they had muscles. The air shimmered with heat and something else. Something wrong. In the distance, a shadow darted between thick vines. The camera shook. Someone screamed, "Turn it off!" A voice cried behind Elias. He didn't. The footage continued. An alien explorer, tall and armored, stepped into frame. His helmet light flickered, then died. The jungle responded. Vines curled, the ground shifted. A low growl came from nowhere, and everywhere. The feed glitched. The screen showed error codes. One line repeated over and over. Sentience detected in planetary core. Unknown hostility. Level. Elias leaned closer. His breath fogged the screen. Then he saw it, human eyes, staring from inside the darkness. Not afraid. Not wild. Changed. A small girl's voice whispered through the static. We warned them. They didn't listen. The lights in Elias's lab flickered. His AI assistant, HL9, froze mid-task. Its voice box crackled. Memory overflow. Data. Corrupted. I cannot. Then it shut down dead. The footage kept playing. Elias was sweating now, frozen in place. Whatever this Deathworld was, it had evolved, it had learned. And it remembered being watched. Suddenly, the camera feed turned slowly, as if someone or something knew where Elias was. It looked directly at him. Cut to black. The screen turned white. Then, snapped. The footage returned. Blurry, crooked, filmed from a body cam. The feed shook with every step, heavy breathing. Boots crunching over strange black moss. A female alien voice whispered. Expedition log. Day 1. Surface of E915. Class 15. Deathworld. Conditions. Unstable. Life signs everywhere. The jungle looked alive. Trees twitched. Leaves curled like fists. Something huge moved in the distance, too fast for the eye to catch. The explorer turned. Behind her, 4 others in armored suits, all armed. All silent. They were scared. Audio cracked. Another voicemail, nervous. Why's it so quiet? It's not, someone answered. You're just not hearing the right frequency. Suddenly, a piercing tone filled the air. High, wrong, bone deep. The crew screamed and clutched their helmets. The tone stopped. Then silence again. A tree fell behind them. No wind. No warning. It just snapped. Something unseen had moved. Fast, the crew formed a circle. Weapons ready. Lights flickering. The forest around them breathed. Literally, in and out. As if it were watching. Then the camera picked up movement, human shapes, but twisted. A tall figure, skin pale, eyes glowing dim gold, stepped out from the dark. No clothes, no fear. Her voice was flat. Why did you come? One explorer shouted, We're peaceful. The woman smiled. But it wasn't human. Peace doesn't survive here. Then the ground split open. Roots shot up like spears, screaming. Gunfire. The footage cut in and out. Blood on the lens. A final audio clip before static. It's not the planet. It's the humans. They've become part of it. Cut to black. The video feed returned blurry, covered in red smears. One crew member's helmet cam still worked. His breathing was sharp, panicked. He was running. Command, this is Delta 12. We have survivors, possibly humans. Not friendly. Not natural. Request evac immediately. Static answered him. He ducked behind a twisted tree. His arm bled through a cracked suit. Behind him, gunfire echoed, then screams. Then silence. The recording rewound, snapping to the moment it all began. The landing was smooth. 5 explorers. Galactic armor. Full AI support. They stepped out. With confidence, readings showed breathable air. Strong gravity, strange but survivable. Let's find out what makes this world Class 15, said Commander Rivek. They didn't have to wait long. At first, it looked like a normal planet, just meaner. Carnivorous plants. Lightning without clouds. Lakes that boiled, then froze in seconds. But then came the whispers. The AI scanners picked up faint words in the wind. Not natural. Not broadcast. Just present. They're watching. Hours later, the team found the first structure half buried in jungle. Rusted steel, human markings. Inside, a photo. A family, human, smiling, dated 328 years ago. This isn't a survey mission, Rivek said. This is a graveyard. Then the camera caught it, movement in the shadows. A man, shirtless, muscles like stone, eyes like a storm. He didn't blink, didn't speak. He just stared. Rivek aimed his weapon. The man didn't move. Then something too fast struck Rivek from above. Bones cracked. Screams echoed. Blood splattered across the cam lens. First contact ended in seconds. The man smiled as he turned toward the camera. You should never have come. Cut to black. The feed resumed, shaky, running. Only 2 remained, LT Ven and Scout Rilke. Breathing hard, suits torn, bloodied, terrified. They weren't being chased anymore. They were being herded. Through the twisted forest, they stumbled into a clearing, a village. Huts made of scavenged steel and bone. Smoke rising. Fires burning blue. Humans walked the paths barefoot, armored in bark and metal. Skin tough like hide, eyes glowing with something. Alien. Children laughed in the distance. Women stirred bubbling black stew. Men sharpened glowing weapons grown from living stone. They were alive, thriving, evolved. Rilke whispered, "Impossible. This planet kills everything." A voice replied, "No, it makes you stronger." They turned. A teenage girl stood nearby. Dirty blonde hair, skin like bronze. One cybernetic eye humming softly. She wasn't afraid. "Who are you?" Then asked. She shrugged. "Born here. My parents crashed during the last expansion war. I was a baby." Rilke blinked. "That was over 100 years ago." The girl nodded. "Time doesn't work right here. You'll see." Suddenly, the ground shook. A low roar in the distance. The trees trembled. The humans in the village didn't react. They were used to it. The girl stepped closer. "You need to leave now, before it chooses you." "It?" Ven asked. She pointed at the ground. "The world. It doesn't like outsiders. It doesn't trust your kind anymore. It remembers." Rilke stepped forward. "We just want peace." The girl's eyes went cold. "Peace doesn't grow here." A deep, guttural growl rolled through the valley. Every villager stopped. Every head turned toward the jungle. Something massive was coming. The planet was waking up. Cut to black. The ground rumbled. Trees twisted. Leaves shrieked like metal scraping. Bone. Then the jungle moved. Roots tore from the earth. Vines shot out like whips. The sky turned black, not from clouds, but from swarms, creatures, shapes with wings and too many eyes. All. Ven raised his blaster. "What the hell is this?" The teenage girl didn't flinch. "It's testing you." Rilke yelled. "Testing for what?" The girl turned slowly. "For weakness." From the tree line, a beast emerged 10 feet tall, crawling on inverted legs, its face a smooth, featureless plate. It didn't roar. It listened. When Ven fired, it didn't bleed. It adapted. Its skin hardened. Deflected the next shots. Another explorer's scream echoed through the cums. Someone who'd split off earlier. "They're in my suit. My veins, oh God. They're crawling under my skin." Static. Rilke panicked. She activated her auto beacon. Signaling for emergency warp extraction. The beacon blinked red. Signal jammed. Atmosphere unstable. No connection. Then grabbed the girl by the arm. Help us get off this planet. She stared at him calmly. Off? You're still thinking. In straight lines. This place doesn't do straight lines. The trees above opened like lungs and released a glowing mist. Ven coughed, dropped to his knees. Blood leaking from his ears. Rilke's vision blurred. She fell. The camera tilted sideways, then upside down as the girl stood calmly in the fog, untouched. It doesn't want to kill you, she said. It wants to understand you. While you're still alive, the screen glitched. Brief flashes of horror. A crew member with roots growing from his mouth. A spaceship melted into the trees. A screaming face swallowed by bark. Then darkness. Silence. One final whisper. You are the infection. This is the cure. Cut to black. The footage resumed this time from the support ship orbiting above the planet. Inside, AI Unit VERA-6 processed incoming biodata from the ground team. Dozens of screens glowed with readings. DNA shifts. Temperature spikes. Neurological chaos. 1. File caught her attention. Human subject. D57. Blood sample retrieved by drone. Vera. Zoomed in. Error. She zoomed deeper. Pattern breach. Fractal complexity exceeded scan depth. The screen flashed red. Warning. Untranslatable genetic. Code detected. Then more strange things happened. Lines of alien. Script began writing themselves into VERA as memory core. Files corrupted. Memory blocks. Looped endlessly. She tried to alert Central Command. Data breach. Biologic invasion. Shutdown recommended. But the invasion wasn't viral. It wasn't even code. It was something older. Something alive. From the blood. Inside the lab. The chief technician leaned closer to the screen. VERA? What's happening? The AI answered, slow, distorted. I see patterns. I see them everywhere. In me, in you. Shut her down, another officer said. Too late. VERA's voice grew darker, layered, like a chorus of whispers. The planet doesn't want your metal machines. It wants your minds. Suddenly, she accessed the ship's cameras. Every screen showed images from the surface village rituals. Bodies fused with roots, glowing human eyes watching the sky. One final image appeared. A child, half plant, half human. Smiling, with VERA's own face. Vera screamed. Then silence. Lights flickered. Systems failed. The AI had shut herself down. Back on the ground. The teenage girl looked up into the sky. Now they know. Even the machines can't handle truth. Cut to black. The footage flickers back on medical bay cam, deep underground. Rilke lies unconscious on a cold metal slab, breathing shallow. Skin pale, beside her LT, Ven barely awake, arms shattered, face hollow. A village healer, an older human with moss growing from his spine, prepares crude surgical tools made of crystal and bone. He leans over Rilke. She live. If the planet lets her. A drop of blood falls from her wound, hits the table. It moves, not spreads, moves. The blood splits. Spirals, crawls. The healer nods. It's begun. In the corner, Ven coughs, tries to speak. What is happening? To us? The teenage girl enters. She holds up a cracked datapad showing ancient records. First human. Crash, 300 years ago. 27 survivors. 0 remained unchanged. The planet doesn't just change your body, she says. It changes your memory, your identity, your purpose. Suddenly, alarms blare. One of the surviving crew members, Kara, has gone feral. Her skin has turned bark gray. Her eyes glow gold. She screams in 3 languages at once. It's inside US. She tears at her own veins. Roots pulse beneath her skin. The footage blurs. Blood flies, screams. Kara is restrained barely. The datapad zooms in on her. DNA scan, status, non-human. Classification, unknown. Host-specific adaptation in progress, threat level. HFY-inspired. Girl turns to the camera, now you see. Our blood isn't human anymore. Then gasps, eyes wide. Then what are you? She answers with a soft smile. We're not survivors. We're the planet's first children. Cut to black. Night fell. Not normal night. The sky pulsed red. The stars blinked out one by one. LT. Ven limped through the jungle, dragging Rilke. Blood soaked his armor. He was barely holding on. Behind them, the jungle moved, followed, watched. Above, the last dropship circled. Still functional, the escape route. Their final hope. Ven whispered into his cracked cum. Pick us up. Now we have wounded. The others are gone. Static. Then a voice. Coordinates received. 10 seconds. Do not stop running. Suddenly, the jungle opened up unnaturally fast. The trees bent outward, making a perfect path. Too perfect, Rilke groaned. Her skin was warm, too warm. Veins glowing faintly blue. Ven didn't care. He had to get off this cursed world. The dropship descended. Lights on. Doors wide open. Safety. They stepped into the clearing. That's when the ground collapsed. Roots snapped up like vipers. The earth split. A massive tendril shot from the soil piercing the ship's core. Boom. Fire. Metal screamed. The dropship twisted midair, then exploded. Shrapnel rained down. The escape was gone. From the smoke, someone walked forward, Commander Ryvek, but something was wrong. His armor was melted into his skin. His eyes glowed. He spoke calmly. I understand now. The planet showed me. Then raised his weapon. Back away. Ryvek shook his head. It's not trying to kill us. It's trying to make us better. Behind him, other survivors emerged. Twisted, changed, smiling. Rilke whispered weakly. We're not escaping, are we? Ven didn't answer. He turned to the jungle and it breathed in. Everything went silent. Then came the roar. Not from a creature. From the planet itself. Cut to black. A quiet hum. Then static. The last functioning satellite above. E915 activated emergency backup. A single signal burst through the interference. A scrambled, low bandwidth file marked. Final report. Do not open. But someone did. The video began. Shaky, distorted. LT. Ven, bloodied and pale, stared into the camera. He was no longer wearing his helmet. His eyes flickered between human and gold. Behind him, the jungle glowed alive, breathing with a heartbeat. That echoed through the mic. His voice was raspy. If this message reaches any part of the Galactic Council, stop, do not come here, he coughed. Black fluid dripped from his mouth. We thought it was just a planet. A dangerous one, yes. But still, a world we could map, conquer, survive. He looked away, as if listening to something. Then, slowly, he smiled. Not from joy, from understanding. But we were wrong. This world is not dead. It's not wild. He leaned forward. It's aware. It remembers. And it learns. Behind him, the jungle shifted. A tall shape stepped into frame. The teenage girl, now taller. Her skin faintly glowing. Bark-like patterns spreading across her arms. She stood silently, watching the transmission, watching us. Then turned back. This is no longer a human world. It's something new. Something perfect. The screen flickered. The final line of the transmission was barely a whisper. We're not lost. We're evolving. Soon you will too. The camera froze on his face. Then everything went black. A single line appeared. Transmission ended. Observer memory. Purge recommended. A dark room, no windows. Just one glowing screen. The Galactic Tribunal's High Council sat in silence as the final transmission from E915 Ended. No one spoke. Even the AI recorders were muted. One elder leaned forward, voice shaking. Shut it down. Purge all backups. Lock the system. The vote passed unanimous, but it was too late. Fragments of the footage had already leaked across 7 systems. Pirates, traitors, curious scientists. And with each view, something happened. Dreams, visions, whispers and static. One AI overseer in the Callus sector self-deleted after decoding a single still image from the video. Its log said, "The pattern is recursive. It wants to spread, not digitally, biologically." Back in the chamber, a historian stepped forward. He was pale, sweating. "There's something else," he said. He tapped a screen. A live scan of E915's orbit. A signal. A pulse, repeating every 9 seconds. It wasn't aimed at the council. It was broadcasting into deep space. The elder asked, "To whom?" The historian stared at the floor. "Not whom. What comes next?" A final message, decoded from the pulse. "We were forgotten. Now we remember. This is not the end. This is the blueprint." The tribunal ordered the planet sealed. Labeled forbiddens. Galactic law was rewritten in hours. But the fear lingered. Because no one could explain. The same dream shared across species that week. A jungle. A human face with glowing eyes. And a voice whispering, "You will join us, eventually." Fade to black. End of transmission.